Well, that's why the Nashcast was created. They want story time, stories you really can't and probably shouldn't tell in a real broadcast. So the stories were flying. We tried to condense all the stories, and we could go all day long. But we edited it down to one show, the best of. So, folks, bring the thunder and bring the shenanigans.
Here's Bella. That's why I don't drink beer. But when I do, it's Anheuser-Busch. Look at this.
This actually is a really sweet hoodie.
And the blue inside the hood, too.
I don't mess around.
No, you don't mess around. Look at this. Look at the detail right here. I mean, it looks really nice.
Up.
How about the shoes?
Swagged up.
Let's see the shoes. Oh, how about them shoes?
Get it
Up
up.
on the table.
No, move it
Up on
this
the
way.
table. Come on.
I just pulled a hammy.
Not before the Nashcast. God forbid.
Here's Tyler Ganoush and Adam Faceplant. Oh, wait. Here's Tyson Nash and Austin Facer.
I thought they were going to change that thing.
It's Facer, not Faceplant.
I kind of like Faceplant myself, though. My goodness, I wore my extra tight jeans here tonight. The blue, I mean, it doesn't get any better than the swag, right? But we have the guy, the reason that we're all standing here today, right? I mean, Ryan Smith on the show here tonight. Little extra nervous. I cannot wait to have a great conversation with him.
It's a good thing you're wearing dark-colored pants, Tyson.
I know. I need a pair of Depends. I'm a little bit nervous. My job
awkward.
could depend on it.
We're not going to get into that one.
It has been a barn burner, and we have in the house, joining us live in studio, Josh Doan's dad.
I think you called him the horse, is that right?
The horse. He used to wear the worst suit jackets, like horse blankets.
You're one to talk.
Oh, I know. I'm a terrible dresser, no question about it. But this guy did. I'll give
Hey.
Oh!
Hey,
All right, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Look at this guy.
He's
Oh,
good,
why'd you get dressed in the...
Don't listen to anything he says. Anything
I've heard
he
that
said,
from
I'm
a few
sure.
people,
yeah,
yeah.
you know how that works.
You can get your nose fixed now, right? and your teeth fixed. We all know you played hockey.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
all know.
Oh, I
I mean,
know.
it's
We
on
can't-
the screen, but you can get that honker fixed now. It's like on the side of your face still.
Well,
look at me, everybody.
We can't all trying to look like Tom Cruise. Like Tyson's dream was to be Tom Cruise.
Yeah, he goes to his barber and asks
yeah.
for the Tom Cruise, I think. Yeah.
The Empire, like the Vampire Diaries or
Yeah.
whatever. That was the one you wanted, right?
Oh, yeah,
That
it
was
was
what
the
you wanted?
nose. It's the nose. Me and Tom got a lot in common. Little backstory. I knew Shane. I went to Bible camp with Shane. I don't know, how old was I?
You
Was I 12?
Yeah, you would have been like 12.
I was
think.
12. Are you a year younger? You
Yeah.
look older, but are you a year younger than me?
Yes, I was a year younger than you.
Yeah, so I went to church camp, and little Shane Doan, not so little even back then,
Right.
running around, teaching me how to shoot a bow and arrow, who I beat him, by the way.
Oh no, he didn't. He didn't.
Teaching me how to
Let
ride
me
a
ask,
horse.
what year was that, by the way? Not to...
That would have been like in 1988, 87,
yeah.
right around there.
So only 4 or 5 years before I was born.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
got
thanks.
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I appreciate that. I appreciate. I realized where you're going with that after I started.
Did
to
you see the stress on his face, though? Like, don't give him a math question, ever. Like, the smoke was coming out, he was trying to count his toes. But so we knew each other back then. So fast forward now, he's 16, he's a young rookie. I'm now 17 or 18. I'm like the veteran in the house.
Yeah.
Well, I get a knock on the door, and this guy in the tightest, skinniest GWG jeans on, and he had a belt buckle the size of a dinner plate.
Oh, yes.
Buck teeth,
Yeah.
like,
Wait,
you know,
wait, wait,
like, maybe not buck teeth.
When
but-
those belt buckles come back in style, that's
Soon.
going to hit heavy.
I'm hoping.
Yeah.
And he's my billet. He's my new billet that I
Yeah.
gotta, you know.
And when I walk in, Nasher is bragging about a new tattoo he just received.
Wow.
Like, and he still has. He still has. On the back of his calf. And it was actually still covered at the time when I came in.
There it is.
Yosemite shooting some guns.
Yosemite Sam with a hockey stick.
That's amazing.
The worst thing known to man. Oh my
So,
goodness.
yeah,
So that's how it ended up, right? That's how we played together for forever.
Yeah.
It seemed Kamloops. Jeremy Roenick, Boston's own. Chicago, Phoenix, Philadelphia, the LA Kings, the San Jose Sharks. How about 1,216 points? How about 513 goals? 9-time All-Star. won a silver medal, Austin.
I'm getting
right
dizzy
here.
with all these accomplishments. Holy
Right
cow.
here in Salt Lake City. Didn't win the gold because Canada took it home. Sorry, JR. But the biggest personality in the game. And Hall of Famer, my brother. Welcome to the show.
Oh, what an amazing introduction, you guys. I can't even thank you enough for. I'm sitting over here, I'm patting myself on the back. You guys made me feel so good.
Oh, dude, I love you. The golden goose. You shut us down twice, but we got the white whale. You are our white whale. We got you on the show, buddy.
You know what? I was very disappointed that I couldn't do it. I felt terrible that I had to cancel on you, Nasher, but you are one of my favorite teammates of all time, one of my favorite friends of all time. That's not a secret. And you know I would make it once in a while, but this is even better. You got my two ex-teams playing against each other, and it couldn't be a better game for me to be on with you guys.
So you didn't bail on us the first time because of the mustache, right? It had nothing to do with that, JR?
I'm gonna plead the fifth on that one, okay?
I thought it would make my nose look smaller, but
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nashcast. The party's growing here. We got a few more.
just how we like it.
Just how we like it. The more the merrier.
We got Patty Paws in the house.
What's going on, Tyson?
P squared, high five. Oh, yeah.
Furry five, baby.
Patrick, what's up?
Yeah, hey, Austin, what's going on?
Oh, no love for you, hey? Patty
I don't
Paws
know what's
doesn't
up
like
with
you?
that,
What's
yeah.
going on? Yeah, give me another one, Patty. Give me another one.
Real good, man,
Oh,
real
yeah.
good.
Knocks.
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue, Patrick?
Yeah, very funny.
You smoke cat?
What just happened there? I missed it.
Oh, there's my buddy. There's my
Patrick,
buddy.
what's going
Patrick, how are you, buddy?
Tyson,
I missed you.
Tyson. I wrote that song for you. You like it?
Very good
That's
imagination.
a good one.
Yeah,
Tyson.
How long you been a fan? How long you been a fan of Utah?
Since day one.
Really?
Yep, I heard they were getting the team, and I got out of my litter box, and I walked to Salt Lake City, and I got here in time for the opening presser where the Spicy Tuna was like, my name is Spicy Tuna, let's bring the noise, or whatever he said. It was great. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I love me some hockey.
A little bit of a cat fight, right? Huh? Did I see this? Come on.
Oh, I'm sorry, when was the joke gonna start? I was just waiting patiently for a joke.
How long is this
Austin.
period?
Almost under 3 here, folks. Pulled goaltender coming soon for Tampa. You know that's coming.
What do you think, about 2 minutes or so, they'll pull the goalie?
Yep.
Empty netter here would be meowsive, right, Patrick?
I think you meant massive. You have a speech impediment?
Meowsive. Meowsive. I thought it was good.
Chaser, we have a special guest, the Grim Reaper.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey, what's going on there, Pink Eyewear? How you doing, brother?
We got another guest with a nose that...
They'll let anybody on this show.
There you go.
They're not getting prettier. Speaking of fighting with Biz, I wish I was in that parking lot. Biz, I had one of them, buddy. I would have been wingers, guys. Biz, let us know if you need a couple of wingers your next time at Houston.
Yeah. Since this is the Nashcast, Nasher, what's your best chaser story? Maybe like your first training camp.
Oh,
with him,
dude. Hey, yes. I don't have enough time to tell that story, Biss. I know you got to roll here pretty quick, but it was an ugly one. It was the reason I made the NHL. I took so many lefts. I was begging for a right. I finished third in that fight, and my nose is a little bigger than Chaser's, and it was actually wrapped around the back of my head. So that was the story on that one. That was Kelly Chase. You don't hit his teammates. I can tell you that. It was Pavel Dimitra. Kelly Chase in the house. This guy, the toughest guy that I've ever played with, pound for pound, one of the toughest to ever play the game. 350 pro fights in the National Hockey League. Not a pretty face, though. My goodness, no oil painting, but he is in the house with us. He's in one heck of a fight, so let's bring him out. Kelly Chase.
Behind door number one. Here we go.
It's like the Price is Right around here.
Yes.
What's up, my brother?
I got to clear something up, though. I didn't have 350 fights in the National Hockey League. They count your minor league fights, and they count your junior fights as pro.
Well, there you go.
So 350 fights. But, you know, they don't count your exhibition ones either, or the ones I had at training camp. When you got third
When you put
in the
my
parking lot afterwards.
when you put my nose on the side of my face. Oh, buddy, we are so happy to have you.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here. Let's roll up the sleeves and get after it.
The Nashcast is on. You're kind of scaring me with those bad boys.
Well, don't be. I mean, the arms or the hands?
Knuckles too.
Oh, okay, the knuckles. They're not very big.
The gun show
They're not
right
very
now.
big, but they're sharp still. Okay.
You shook my hand. I felt
But
it.
if there's one left in me, I'm not going to waste it on him.
And this is why. Take a look, folks. Look at Chaser's highlight reel. He brought this one from home. You and Ray Lynn put this together for the show?
I don't even remember this one. So the fact that that's the two Russians, Igor Korolev, who was killed in the crash in Russia, that passed me that puck. I loved that guy. And Prokhorov. And that's one or two.
You look like a goal scorer there. What is going on?
Coaches never used me properly, buddy. I was a goal scorer. They just never used me properly.
I never saw one of those in practice, let alone a game.
Is this a goal?
No.
Ooh, this isn't a goal. This is Christmas time. I was in the giving season at this point.
Knuckle sandwich.
Looked like a lump of coal to me.
Oh, well. Yeah, it was one of those ones where, actually, that's Brian Marchman. We don't have him. Unfortunately, we lost him. He was a tough guy. He played hard. And he got me the game before, and I told him in warm-up that there was probably going to be a little bit of an exchange, and he didn't want to get into it. I did let him.
Jeff Bukaboom Chaser.
Jeff Bukaboom there with the Rangers.
He got you at the end when you're on the ice. I love it.
Yeah, I know.
That was for me for training camp.
This one here, I think, might be in Dallas.
What were you saying here?
Well, I was getting tossed out of the game, but my pants had ripped with my tie-down wrapped around it. I have no idea what I'm yapping about there. But that's probably because Nasher started something, and Twist and I are on the bench babysitting him. And then he definitely didn't score, so he's probably sitting on the right side of me, but they cut him out of the picture. Actually, no, or you'd see his nose in the frame. It's not him there.
Look at that. Porcupine Plain. I mean, do you have to have the matching hair to the name of your city?
I know. That's a Maine, man. If you can grow that mullet and have it sticking up like that, home of Porcupine Plain,
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
In the front, party in the back, right? Jay?
That's exactly right.
That's what I'm saying. No oil painting, that's for sure. But my goodness, look at the stats on you.
Is that game-winning goals? Only four? Hey. That's a pretty. I guarantee you never had 4 game-winning goals.
I didn't have 4 goals in practice, let alone a game.
Yeah, the Jack Buck Award, that was a lot of fun. King Clancy Award, that's the only one Gretzky hasn't won.
2 guys cut from the same cloth, it seems like.
Well, and can you imagine, though, like, I played with this guy, Tony Twist on the other side. I had literally diplomatic plates. I could do whatever I wanted. You owe me, by the way. I kept you employed for a couple extra years. You were kind of at the end of your rope. And
you owe me because Twister wanted to throttle you by the end of the year. He was so tired of your mouth going.
I made it easy on you guys.
Stopped.
Oh, no.
I got my own show, though. Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it?
How you doing, Prongs?
I'm good. And Chaser, how you doing? I was just listening to you regale Nasher with some stories.
Yeah, I was trying to bring a little life to this show.
Hey, Prongs, nothing's changed. He can still talk a starving dog up a meat wagon, this guy. My ears are bleeding. I feel like Rudy Postcheck is here.
Hey, Prongs, I don't mind him saying that you laughing's pissing me off, okay? Just be careful, because I'm coming back home tomorrow.
Prongs, I remember a story. I know I was talking to Chaser about it before, but it was your broken foot story. I think it was the story that when you won the Hart Trophy, I think there was like a rebound by Turek or someone, one of our goalies, I can't remember, but Blakey walked into one, hit you right in the foot. Can you tell us that story a little bit from what you remember?
Yeah, there was a soft dump in. I believe you're getting the goalie mistaken. It was Jamie McLennan.
Oh, Noodles!
The $1 million bartender. Somebody flipped it in softly, and I was like coming back for it. I'm like, right here, Noodles, right here. And he panicked and kicked it straight out. And I look and I see Rob Blake coming right down the heart, right down the slot. I'm like, oh, I got to go out and block this and eat one. And it hit me right in the foot, broke my foot. And I'm like, I just turn around, I look at Noodles, and I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, I don't know, I got nervous. I'm talking too loud. and after Blakey took the shot, and I blocked it, and the thing went flying all over the place because he hit me so hard. He just looked at me, and I just shook my head, and he's like, sorry.
Well, we got someone coming on the show here. We got another Nash Crasher, Prongs.
Oh!
Oh, there he is! Noodles!
The Noodler.
What's up?
How are you, big boy?
I got to defend myself. I'm good, but I want to defend myself in that story when he broke his foot because it was a penalty kill and the puck had been shot from the point and it was rolling in and it was spinning. And you said, hey, kick it over here. So I just gently brushed it over towards you, and it exploded off my stick. And then, yes, and you told the story right, because Blakey skated into it and hammered it, and it hit you in the foot. This was about 10 minutes left in the first period. You skated right down the tunnel. I was almost crying in the net because you turned back, you used the F word, and you said, wake up.
Mistakenly. I never used that.
And then the other thing that you did is after the first period, I came in and I sat in my stall and I was so rattled and I could see you sitting in Ray Borelli's, like, you know, his chair there with ice on your foot and you were giving me the finger and you were so mad at me. And I was, keep in mind, I played like 2 games a year and I got a big start and here you're going to win the Hart. And I've broken your foot. I was so rattled. The other thing, too, 2 days later, we were going to L.A., and you had to wear a boot. And you were so mad at me. You're like, I got to wear a boot in L.A.
We had a big trip coming up.
Well, yeah, walking around the sand with a boot on.
You were wearing a boot and a thong on the Santa Monica Beach.
Noodles, remember this? This is my favorite. Minute and 47 seconds left. Minute and 47 seconds gone on a power play. There's 13 seconds left. Out comes the mule to take Prongs off the ice. Chris McAlpine. Okay? He comes to the bench. He's losing his mind on Jimmy Roberts because Jimmy Roberts has decided to put Mule out on the ice for 13 seconds left, and he's yelling at him, there's a power play. And Jimmy goes, I know you've been out there a minute 47 seconds. He goes, that's right. There's 13 seconds left.
And meanwhile, everybody on the back of their jersey has sunflower seeds because Jimmy's been spitting them while he's yelling.
We just said that before you got on.
Noodles, you're looking good, man. You look like a movie star. Look at those teeth. You're not sucking on tea bags anymore. You got to the whitening strips, eh? And Prongs, what are you laughing at? You finally got your gap fixed.
Now look at what's he talking about. He just got some put in. Do you have your teeth in? Look at me.
Kidding?
You got no kidding. He shows up at our event in St. Louis there. He's got half a mouth of teeth. He's got 6 teeth in his mouth and 3 in his pocket. And he's talking to us about our teeth.
You know what? Anything to draw away from the nose.
That's exactly right. Can you believe? Hey, Noodles, can you believe, and you've been in TV your whole career since you retired, can you believe they put him on the profile? I mean, you can't even see my right shoulder from where you guys are right now.
Honestly, when I stand behind him, I can see his nose.
Hey, what's going on there, Austin?
Hey, Top Cheese.
Too formal. You don't have to call me Mr. Just Top Cheese.
Not Mr. Cheese, just Top Cheese.
But please, Mr. Cheese was my father.
You know what we should do? I think the Cheese Cast might be something to look into.
Oh my goodness! You just made my life.
What is going on here? Who do we got? Who do we got here? What's this rat? Are you a rat or are you? What is he?
This is Top Rat.
Top Cheese.
Not the only rat on set either, if I might say so.
And who are you referring to?
I think you know.
Huh? You want one of these? A knuckle sandwich?
Oh goodness, you wouldn't have it in you with a punch a rat.
I'll put you to the pet cemetery. Hey, where'd the other guy go? Where's Patty Paws?
Don't mention the cat. The cat's been chasing me for about a period here. Lucky rat. Lucky rat. Top cheese.
Yeah, we just missed the timing on that one.
That was bottom cheese, by the way.
Did you go bottom cheese on that one?
Yeah, so go back to your hole, all right, there, Top Cheese. Hey, can we get a breath mint for Top Cheese here? Can we get a breath mint?
Hey, I got 2 words. I got 2 words for what you need there, buddy. Deodorant.
Keep those eyes peeled. That's all we're saying, all right?
Well, I've only seen one other puppet today, and it's Gonzo over here with his giant schnoz.
All I can hear is that little freaking schnoz of yours in my ear right now.
Hey,
So.
I'm a rat. I'm supposed to have this. What's your excuse? I'm anatomically correct. What's going on up there, huh? Tyson, I guess we can ask you the same question. What did you think about during your, playing career? What was the point of the period?
Well, to be honest,
It's hard, I know. We're doing fine.
I'm not sure I played any more than Austin did in the last 10 minutes of a one-goal game. So thanks for bringing that up,
You had some
Top
smart
Cheese.
coaches for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
we had the boss on last show.
I do love me some Ryan Smith. That guy's great.
Yeah.
He brought the Utah Hockey Club here to Utah.
That's right. That's right.
And speaking of bringing things, I brought a little gift for you, Tyson, like a peace offering, okay?
Oh, what do you got?
Well, you just check the monitor. It's a little something I made for you. I think you're
What do
going to
we
love
got?
it. Oh, there you go.
Perfect. Thank you.
You are a couple new nicknames for
The
you.
Pigeon.
They're the Pigeon and Tyson the Clown Nash.
Goodness sakes, what are you doing back?
Oh, I got your text. You said, please come insult me more. So I'm back. I'm back. You got a big nose.
No side profiles. It's in my contract, Rat. Top Cheese.
Man, have you seen the opening of the show? I think they broke that part of the contract. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Cheers, my brother. Cheers, my brother. Another win.
For Utah.
Another win.
For
Whoa!
Utah. Yeah.
The Rat is back.
Yeah. Cheers, buddy. Nuts.
Give me some. Oh, still none? Jeez, Top Cheese.
Nah, I'm in a good mood after the Utah win. I almost did it. But then I remembered you, Tyson Nash.
Just don't, we just won. Don't cut the cheese, okay?
We won. Way to go, Utah.
Let's not cut the cheese.
2 points.
Top
2 points.
cheese.
2 points.
All right. Oh, hold the phone.
Whoa,
we
whoa,
got the
whoa.
big man in the
Transmission
house.
coming in.
Big
It's
man.
a crasher.
Big man in the house. Greg
There I am.
Ostertag. How we doing, big boy?
Hey, guys.
Look at that
Can you hear me
beard.
okay?
Yeah, we got
Yeah, we
you.
got you.
We got you.
All the TCU and the BU flag. That tells me we're getting you from Texas. Is that right?
Oh yeah, I'm sitting here in my sports bar in a little town I live in, Mount Vernon, Texas. When I'm sitting here watching some games, and there happens to be the Utah game, and so there's Lacey, and there's my bride over there, and so
We got to get
We're sitting down
Nashcast in
here.
your bar down there.
come on. When they come to Dallas in April, come on.
That is fantastic. Here we go. We got a
Look
clip
at
of
that.
you. You can't see it,
Wow.
but you're
There it is.
you're on the ice. All 7. What are you? 7, 8 on the ice?
Could you see over the top of the glass? Holy cow.
Oh yeah, I can walk right up there.
0-0.
Yeah,
You're wearing
don't-
0-0. Where'd that number come from?
That one I had it for a while. I've had that for I've had that number for a while.
He wore that with the
And,
Jazz, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I was deceptively slow, so most guys were not afraid of my speed.
Well, I have a little visual aid to help us, Greg. I did some research. I saw you wore size 18 shoes, which I've got right here, and holy cow, are these big? How did you find skates that could fit these?
Hockey. I was at what's the hockey store over there on off of Shea, I think, in Arizona. They got me a pair of Bowers that are. Yes, I believe that's what it was. They got me a pair of they're 15Es, so they're snug, but they make it work. So.
I was thinking about Utah. You guys actually have a lot more in common than you might realize. You guys actually both have cartoon characters tattooed on your legs. Did you realize that?
Oh, God, you didn't do it too, did you? I got Yosemite Sam on my ankle, and I can't burn it off.
Oh, I got Fred Flintstone just turned 25 this year. Fred Flintstone will be 27 this year. It's 28 this year. Yeah.
Is Fred around? Can we see Fred, Greg?
There's Fred. Fred and Yosemite Sam. At least yours still has color on it. My goodness.
Well, you know what? I just got him colored earlier, like in the summer of this last year. So that was the first time he's been recolored. I got him in '97. I'm pretty sure.
So you're proud
didn't know
of
what
him.
I wanted. Yeah, oh yeah, I love him. Yeah. Well, so this is the actual tattoo is this right here. And then I had her add the ball on,
Oh,
so
hold
it looks like he's doing a finger roll.
That is fantastic.
And it was the very first tattoo I ever got, and I almost passed out when I was getting it.
And let me tell you, Mike Commodore, one of the biggest personalities in the game today, maybe besides Paul Bissonnette. He has an Uber story. I have an Uber story for you that will blow your socks off. He also won a Stanley Cup back in 2006 I'm not sure what the better story is going to be, right? Won a championship with North Dakota as well. Look at that big beard. The big red man. What are they? I don't even know what they call him. Ronald McDonald, Big Red, Ogie Oglethorpe.
There's some lumberjack vibes there. I like it a lot.
Oh, yeah. And look
beautiful.
at that robe.
Oh, my.
Look at that thing. I heard that
incredible.
thing is in the Hall of Fame.
Did they wash it before they sent it to Toronto?
I pray to God. Look at the yellow pits he's got on that thing. Like, come
you can
on.
almost smell it coming off the screen.
Oh God, especially with this nose. Can you imagine?
Yes, I heard everything you guys were saying. The bathrobe, I actually, you know what, I was like, I should probably, this is my first introduction to Utah fans, unless people watched the Grizzlies back in the day, like 20-some years ago. They probably would have forgotten, but I was like, I should have a bathrobe ready, but then I'm like, I don't have one. And you're right, the actual bathrobe is in the Hall of Fame. I'd like to say it's on display, but it's just gathering dust in the basement.
Hey, tell me how bad that thing smelled, though, buddy. How bad did that thing smell? I heard you never washed it.
Never washed it. Disgusting. I had it. We ended up winning. Never washed it because I'm like, we were winning. I can't wash that thing.
No,
so
it's a good luck charm.
I never cleaned it, and then the summer, the summer after we win or whatever, the summer of that we won or whatever, I had it in my hockey bag. So my Ray Whitney and I Stanley Cup weekend, I've got that robe, and I was skating because we didn't get our thing until like the end of August. So I had that thing sitting in like my hockey bag still. So this is nasty. And I had in the back of the car, it's open, and the Hall of Fame guy, Phil, he saw it. He goes, "What are you doing with that thing?" I'm like, "I don't know, man." It reeked like BO and booze, like straight up liquor and beers. And so the cup guy's like, "Yeah, what are you gonna do with that?" I'm like, "I don't know. This thing stinks. I think I'm gonna throw it in the trash." He's like, "Well, can I have it?" And I'm like, What are you gonna do with it? Thinking that he wanted it. He's like, no, for the Hall of Fame, I'm like, really? I thought he was joking. He's like, no, seriously, we'd love to have it. I go, have at it. This thing stinks. I don't want it anymore.
You thought he wanted it just to wheel around his own house in it, eh?
Yeah.
He's a big Commodore fan.
I was going to say, that guy's known for having a lot of pairs of gloves, so he might have needed to have 2 or 3 on to deal with that thing.
No, he needed a full bodysuit, I have a feeling.
The thing was disgusting.
All right, Kami, I gotta ask you, $20 million I think you made in your career, and I experienced it firsthand. I was at a party at Chuck Kobasu's house with my wife, all the wives, the guys. All of a sudden, you burst into the door like Kramer, and you're an Uber driver. Like,
oh yeah.
You're retired from hockey, made $20 million, and now you're an Uber driver, and you ended up driving me and my wife home. I think I gave you a big tip, by the way. But give me some Uber stories, buddy.
Yeah, you know what? It was, my whole idea was at that time, I had been retired for a little bit, a couple years or whatever. And, it'd probably be, I needed to get off the bottle for a little bit just to prove that I could. But I was single, so I'm like sitting at home, and I'm like, this is boring. So I'm like, well, what can I do that is gonna get me out of the house but keep me out of the bar? Well, I don't want to end up in jail, so I'm not gonna drink and drive. So I'm like, I'm gonna drive for Uber. And a little bit too. I was like, maybe I can meet some girls. This seems like a good idea.
I knew it came down to girls.
That was in there a little bit too, but those were the reasons why I did it. So I started doing it. This is 7-8 years ago now, but I did it for like 70 rides. Overall, I would say I enjoyed it. I will say, looking back, all my opportunities were like I said, I was single with females was in my first 10 rides. But I'm like, I drive them around. I'm like, I just started doing this. I don't need to be come out hot as the biggest creep in Uber. So I didn't say, I just drove the car and whatever. I just went about my business. But it was a good gig. The only thing with living here and doing it was you could get in your car and end up driving God knows where. And then I'm like, man, I'm putting so many miles on my vehicle. And it's not like I wasn't doing it for money, thank God, because I think Uber drivers make more now. Back then, it was I just drove for 3-4 hours. I think I made $25. I'm like, any of those guys who told me yeah, I make money with Uber, I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. You're doing it better than I did. But my last run,
Kami, weren't you you'd get a ride request from Steve, and you'd be like, cancel. Nope.
Oh, yeah.
But Steve can walk.
Oh, yeah. So I get like requests, and when you're a driver, it would ding, but it wouldn't say the name or anything. It would just like, are you available and how far away that phone is from where you are. So, so if it's like 50 minutes away, you're not going to take it. But, 2 minutes away, but it didn't say anything else. So I would be like, oh, okay, hit, yeah. And then it'd be like, Steve. I'm like, I ain't giving Steve a ride. Now, if it said like Julie or something, hey, here I come, Julie.
I'll be right there, Julie.
Yeah, here I come.
I got
your chariot.
Did anybody recognize you as Stanley Cup champion Mike Commodore?
No. I did pick up, though, I picked up a couple once from Columbus, Ohio, who, and they had to go to the grocery store and back or whatever. And so I was in Columbus, I played in Columbus for a little while. And so I was just BSing with them, and they're Columbus, Ohio. I'm like, oh, I used to live in Columbus. They were like, oh, yeah, what were you doing there? I'm like, well, actually, I played for the Blue Jackets. And I could see them in the rear view mirror. They're sitting in the rear seat. I could see them in the rear view mirror, like, look at each other and be like, yeah, sure you did.
Yeah, good
so
one.
They're like, well, you must know Rick Nash then. I'm like, yes, I know Rick. And they started naming a couple players. I go, look, I could blow through most of the roster when I was there. I go, you can just look me up. I promise I'm not BSing you. So we had a laugh over that. The only other person that kind of knew a little bit was I ended up randomly picking up Doug Waite, and I played together for a brief period in Carolina. I ended up picking up Doug Waite's niece. And she was like, somehow the hockey came up. Actually, she started talking about Doug. And I didn't know. I go, well, wait, who's the hockey? What's the relation? And she's like, well, Doug Waite. I'm like, I want you to call Doug right now and tell him that Mike Commodore just picked you up. But anyway, she did. Doug was coaching at the time, so I literally think he was like on the bench with the Islanders when she made the call and like sent the text, but it was funny. Last thing about Uber, the one thing I learned, and this is why I quit, or retired, I mean, only 70 rides, that's probably considered a quitter. Don't ever drive Uber on Halloween. That is a bad idea.
Did anyone
That was
puke?
what led me, almost, some chick. Yeah, picked her up. I didn't, I would wait like 15 minutes for people. Like, you could leave in 2, but I'm like, I got nothing to do. Anyways, long story short, picked these guys up. Some dude named Phil. I should have hit cancel. Anyways, they come out and like, whatever, it was 2 couples. The one girl, like, and this is at like 6, 7 o'clock at night. This isn't 2 in the morning. This is like early, like before dinner.
They were in one.
In one. They're like carrying her, like she's like this in between. She's done. Anyway, she got in my car, and Phil was in the front seat, and he's laughing. He's like, yeah, I hope she doesn't puke in your car. And I looked at Phil. I go, hey, Phil, I got news for you. I go, if she pukes in my car, I'm not holding her responsible. I'm holding you responsible. So if she pukes in my car, I'm going to pull you outside of this car, and I'm going to beat the wheels off you. I mean, I said it in a little more vulgar language. And he like looked at me. I go, seriously, Phil? I'm not messing around. He's like, oh, okay. You know what? I got to give full credit. She sat down immediately. I didn't even put the car in drive, and she was screaming that she was going to piss her pants. I was like, Phil! And he yanked her out of there. And anyways, I got to give Phil credit. I mean, I went about 95 miles. It took me about 2 minutes to go 6 miles to get. I mean, I'm like, I got to get these people out of my vehicle. But you know what? At the end of the day, Phil did a good job. Got there. I gave him knuckles. I said, you know what, Phil? Good job. Gave him knuckles and then deleted the Uber driver app.
Razor told me, Maisie, he said you had a nickname. It actually wasn't Mayday. It was Brad Pitts. Can you tell us what he was meaning by that? I don't know what Brad Pitts mean.
His head literally is just taking, literally, he's throwing satellites out around the room. It's crazy. Now that we got...
He's got a gravity field around him.
Oh, yeah. No, it's insane.
So off the board.
Can I speak, please?
Yeah, Brad Pitts, please tell us how you got the nickname.
So my first night, I was working in Toronto at Sportsnet on TV. I got asked to go down on a road trip with the Buffalo Sabres to go and do the road trip with Tampa and Florida. We were down in South Florida. I chose the wrong suit. I chose a light gray suit. And in the second intermission, it was 99 degrees outside in South Florida, and I was sweating so bad. I had sweat rings from through my suit jacket, from my pits to my hips. and I this is right when Twitter's kind of just taking off. I don't know. I'm on it, and then somebody, I don't know who it was, and whoever it was, the greatest line ever. They're like, I was so excited to tune in tonight. I thought I was going to watch Brad May, and we got Brad Pitts. And it's the first time on Twitter where literally I cried. I wanted to just on principle alone. I wanted to block them. I laughed so hard.
Oh my God, that is unbelievable.
You know, I like that Top Cheese guy a lot. We could bring him back anytime.
Top Cheese? I thought I'd put that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Look at that. A face only a mother could love. I thought I put that thing in the pet cemetery last show.
Here's Tyson Nash and Austin Facer.
You got a big nose. You're the best, Austin.
Welcome to Cheesecast.
Oh my goodness.
He's here?
The only thing that guy did was cut the cheese, all right? Top cheese. Are you kidding me?
I think you've done that a couple times on the show as well.
He's going to get a beat down. A beat down.
See that? I'm getting between you and
see that eye?
TC.
He's going to have another one.
TC.
He's going to have another one to match. Patrick Paz, he's my boy. We have one of my good buddies, the Night Train. And this guy is one tall drink of water, I can tell you that. He's a legend in his own mind. Most people have a 4-head. This guy has an 8-head. He's blessed. He's a blessed man. When he lacks in hair, he makes up in personality. He has the biggest pointer finger in the National Hockey League. Struds, welcome to the show, my brother.
Holy jeez, what a build-up. Oh my God, I got to bring it tonight.
That's a resume. That's a resume. No oil painting, that's for sure, folks.
How about no stats? You don't talk about my stats or some of the interesting things I did. You make fun of my finger. Then, you know, I'm slightly balding. Slightly balding.
Is that a chin strap, or it looks like an old XL7 there, Strud? What's going on?
How can you see from there? He's standing on a log? Just see up that high?
Sitting on my wallet. Well, Struddy, we on this show we got a thing called the Nash Crasher. So we got a special guest who wants to join the show. He's not as good looking as Gino, but Jamie McLennan. Noodles, welcome to the show, buddy.
Oh, what's going on? Can you guys hear me?
Oh yeah, we got you.
Me?
We got you, buddy.
I'm surprised that they have internet service in Turkey, Strutty. Aren't you in Turkey right now?
He's there for the hair implant.
I was just going to say, Noodles, put the wig back on, buddy. It looks like you took your wig off.
Hey, Noodles. Hey, Strud. Noodles called me before the show. He was quite concerned before he came on because he heard your cat died. But, like, you got to bury the cat. You don't wear it on your head.
They stapled it to the side of his head, and then he's now combing his hair in a circle like a whipped cream dollop. I love it. I was actually, Nasher, when I got back to my hotel room, there was caramel sitting here, and I'm like, I know a guy who's got a half-chewed caramel for a face. Let's call Tyson Nash.
Strutty, I got to ask you. And Noodles, chime in on this one.
The baked bean teeth? Which ones?
Have you lost your baby teeth? Are those still your baby teeth?
Hey, Struts, quit sucking on nicotine strips, all right? It's whitening strips, all right?
It's mustard sandwiches. Yeah, that's his nickname.
He's sucking on tea bags. Like, stop that, Strut. My God. Like, no wonder why your hair's falling out.
It's 5 bites to eat an apple. Like, those things are so little.
See, this is the only thing I miss. I don't miss playing, not for 1 second, but this is what I miss. I mean, I don't miss seeing Strud in the shower. I can tell you that because they were always cold. But
I almost spit out my beer.
But I miss the chats. I miss busting balls.
No, but seriously, Nash, on all seriousness, it takes you a long time to eat a single Skittle with those baby teeth.
No one loves their
I
jokes
didn't know
more
they
than
had
him.
so many. Ronnie loves laughing at it, I'll tell you. But he did have don't sharks have like 84 teeth? Nasher had all of these teeth, but they were just tiny little baked bean ones.
Hey, so small.
It's my
you know
show.
What? They were regular size. They were regular size. His nose just made him look really small. That's what it was.
Hey, it's my show. That's enough.
Relative terms.
That's enough.
PSU's extra small dental floss.
Hey, Noodles. Could you believe, and I never got it in the States, but this guy, this Titanic, this battleship was on Battle of the Blades. I mean, this was an absolute embarrassment, Strutty. What went on? Look at this. I mean, look at you. That's when you had hair, actually. You were half decent. You had a forehead there, not an 8-head.
Do you have the one where he's got the mustache in the cop uniform, too?
Oh, yeah.
Looky there.
Inspector Clouseau.
Yeah, that's where his hairpiece fell down and his lip, he got caught on his lip.
I don't know what he's inspecting in that picture, but he's...
I mean, no, in all honesty, like, unlike this show, on that show, sex sells. They want good-looking people on the front. And that's why I was there. I had a plunging neckline. The ratings had never been higher.
I hope that girl had a helmet on when you had her vertical in the air, because I've seen your hands. I mean, you got hands like feet.
Hey, I think, do we have a Nash Crasher ready to go? I think we do. Yeah. Let's do a Nash Crasher.
Not that
let's
I know of.
crash it in. Special surprise for you.
Oh, is that right, eh?
Yeah, my good friend.
Oh, boy, I'm a little nervous. You're a good friend.
Yeah, my good friend.
You're on.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah!
Uh-oh, hey, what's going on, guys? Hey.
There he is, TC.
TC, what's
There's
up?
some not so nice things said about me by Mr. Nash at the beginning of the broadcast. I had to come defend my honor.
I was doing my best to defend you, TC, just so you know.
That's right, because you and me, we're buddies, aren't we, Austin?
Sure are.
Yeah, well, we were
That's
too.
why I'm so happy to be on Facecast, the Austin Facer show.
Any day now.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Are you done cutting the cheese there, TC, or what? Because you're stinking up the studio.
That,
you were stinking up the studio last time. I'm not sure you're invited back. Maybe that's why you're on Zoom.
Well, yeah, they didn't let me back in the studio because a certain somebody kept saying he was going to put me in the pet cemetery.
Hell yeah.
I don't know who said that, but I don't know. Where's Patrick Paws? Is he around?
Oh, there better not be a cat around here. No cats.
Where are you coming to us from,
I
TC?
did kind of sneak on the broadcast earlier. Did you guys see me? I was on Jason Strudwick's head.
That was actually
You guys
good.
see me?
That was pretty good.
I did. It looked like a dead cat, but it was a dead rat. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a rat. No, it was a live rat. It was a live rat.
Hall of Famer Mike Modano, person, player, obviously the best American-born player to ever play the game. Most goals, most points. Where do we begin? A Stanley Cup. 1,499 games. We're going to get to that story, but 561 goals. I didn't have that many goals in practice, by the way. He also had 92 game-winning goals.
Oh, my gosh.
Believe it or not, so he's a big game player. We know that. He's going to let us know. But, buddy, welcome to the show. I miss watching you play, dude. I miss watching you play, but it's good to have you on the show. Nashcast. Could you ever have thought I'd have my own show, Mike? You never had a fight in your career, did you?
I think I had one. Brindamore. It was over real fast.
Brindamore?
Oh, gosh.
Oh, wrong door there.
Whoops.
That's when we were 18. I'm like, oh, they don't pay me enough to do that too, so I'm pumping out my my job description. That's over and done with.
Just stick to scoring goals. You were pretty darn good at it, so just stick to that.
It was 2 hits. He hit me and I hit the ice.
Portnoy on the deck, but right at the blue line. Here is St. Louis Rod Brindamore and the North Stars Mike Modano. 2 unlikely candidates to get into it here at the line. And it didn't last very long. I did not see what triggered that.
Well, Brindamore caught Modano with one right in the nose.
Yep.
See Modano bleeding.
Now trainer Dave Supernaut will have to come out. 16:39 to go in the third. The Blues leading 2-1, and the tempers continue high.
Can you help Jordan with his pickleball game? I heard he's struggling out there in the desert. Buddy, what's going on? You got Coach Dar right here in your back pocket.
Jordan.
Pickleball, fellas, and Dar. She knows how I stand on pickleball. Pickleball is not a sport. I'm a tennis guy over there, so my tennis game pretty solid. Pretty solid. I just think pickleball, like, it's just an activity for senior citizens to get out there and say they did something, especially 2-on-2. I mean, come on. I'm playing these guys from Missing Curfew the other day, Scotty Upshaw and Shane O'Brien, and they're telling me after the game we play a best of 5. And they're like, this is a sport, isn't it, Swish? This was hard. I'm like, yeah, this was like a good warm-up before the warm-up, and then I would go work out. So, like, I don't know. I just think pickleball is just, it's for non-athletic people. You know, I'm a tennis guy through and through.
Gracie, I'd be remiss if you can tell this story in the greatest form that you can, knowing that we are having a lot of different listeners. But there was a time when you had to go to the bathroom. Playing. Come on, Chaser. This is the best part of the show. This is the best story I've ever heard at any. Listen, man, I watched you tell 1,400 people at a speaking engagement in Canada. If you can tell 1,400 people, you can tell it here, because there's no way Nash has 1,400 listening to him.
What? I love it. All right, so anyway, it's the mid-'90s. We're playing the Philadelphia Phillies at Wrigley Field, and I'm going to try to shorten this story as best I can because it's a semi-long one. And I had to fart. Bottom line is I had to fart. And well, we've all done it. It didn't work out too well. It became. It became. It was
wetter than you thought it was.
It became a shark.
Never trust a fart, Gracie.
Yeah. Well, once you get to be my age, you can't trust a fart anymore, Chaser. So
I know it.
So anyway, now I'm walking around with my butt cheeks just as tight as I can get them. Walking around like, oh God, look what Jesus Christ. So now a guy gets on first base and I'm holding him on. And when you're holding a guy on, you're standing right next to him. And I'm wearing the home whites, and the brown is on the backside there, and the guy I'm holding on goes, Jesus, you stink. And I'm like, yeah, I know, and so now, by the grace of God, the inning ends, and I run across the field to the third base dugout, and I am due up third in the bottom of the inning. And I can feel gravity has brought it south. Gravity's brought it south. So
you're already
now,
in the hole, so to speak.
Oh yeah. So now I'm running up the tunnel, and I'm screaming. And our clubhouse guy,
Yosh, right?
His name was Dana.
Oh.
And I'm screaming, Dana, give me another uniform. I myself. And he's like, you greasy it. Yeah. And I'm like, don't argue with me. Just give me another uniform. And I get to my locker and I drop trout, and it is everywhere. Everywhere. It's in my socks. It is everywhere.
Oh man, this never gets old, this story.
There's no washcloth that's going to take care of this. So I got to get in the shower, and I told the Bat Boys, I said, let me know what's going on out there because I'm due up third. So I got to get in the shower and get it all off me. And as I'm getting out of the shower, like, Grace, you're on deck. You're on deck. I'm like, well, no, I'm not. And so I gotta dry off. And you guys know, putting on a hockey uniform all those years, there's a lot to putting on a baseball uniform as well. So I'm like, I'm getting everything. And now they're like, Grace, you're up. You are up. And our manager, his name was Jim Riggleman. And I said, tell Riggleman to go out and buy me 3-4 minutes because I'll be right out there. So I get my uniform all on. Now I'm running back through the tunnel, and I come out to 30,000 strong at Wrigley Field, and place is going just bananas. And Jim Riggleman and the home plate umpire are just nose to nose. You know, they're having a Donnybrook at home plate.
He's buying time.
And I mean, they are, and I get out on deck like, oh yeah, you know, acting all cool. And Riggleman sees me behind him, and he finishes arguing with the umpire, and he's walking off, and he's looking at me like, you greasy son of a bitch, you know, like. So come to find out, guys, the argument kind of went like this. And my hand is the umpire. You're not going to believe this, but my first baseman, he just shit his pants, and I got to come out here. And the umpire buys right in. And he's like, are you kidding me? He shit his pants? And they staged an argument for, you know, 3 or 4 minutes.
For 30,000 fans.
Yeah. Riggleman walks off to a standing ovation, like, yeah, Riggleman, you showed him, you showed that. But it was all a lie. So now I get in the box. I get in the box, and Darren Dalton, God rest his soul, Darren Dalton was the catcher for the Phillies. And he and the umpire immediately like, you idiot, you just shit yourself. So a couple pitches later, I make my out, and the inning ends, and I go back out to first base. And of course, the visitor's dugout once again is the first base dugout. Well, within 5 minutes of me being on defense, here come the toilet paper rolls. They're coming flying on the field. The Philly players are throwing toilet paper rolls at me.
That is unreal.
And I'm just like, are you kidding me? So the moral of the story is next time you see a big argument with an umpire and a manager in baseball, it might not be because he blew a call. Somebody like me might have sharded, exactly.
Wasn't a blown call, it was a blown pair of
It was
pants.
a blown something, but it wasn't a call.
Thank God the pants were white. Oh my goodness. That is
Yeah, the home whites. And unfortunately, you guys, that is a true story.
Well, it's a special night. I think really the only thing that's been missing, though, has been my good friend, Top Cheese.
Oh my God! Don't tell me.
I know you two have had your run-ins, right? But are things cool with you and Cheese?
Well, if he's in the pet cemetery, yeah, he's gonna stop cutting the cheese on TV. I mean, it would be nice.
Let's see what's going on with TC. My guy's TC.
You got a big nose.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
You doing all right? Deep cut.
Who did that? Oh my God! What is going on? Like, this is supposed to be my show. I'm just getting abused on
What
here.
would TC
What was that
say to
music?
Tim Hunter?
What was that music? Oh
It was
God.
reflective of your feelings. You were a little hurt.
We got to make a shirt of that. We got to do.
Yes.
We got to make a mug of
Yes,
that.
I'll
Top
get-
Cheese and me with the side profile. Like him we're staring each other down. That is unbelievable.